What's up, guys? Thanks for coming back for some more videos. This is not a typical reaction video in the way that I've been doing them over the past few months. This is something a little different. This is kind of a few very interesting things coming together at the same time. Have you seen this new iPhone commercial? I believe it's iPhone 12, where to someone who doesn't know what tabla is, you hear what sounds like gibberish, this rapid fire verbal gibberish while this woman fumbles around for her phone. Let me play that for you right now as we go a little something like this. So cool. So cool, especially if you know the origin of that gibberish. And I almost feel like I'm disrespecting it by calling it that. But what we're hearing is the language of the tabla. It is a kind of a sacred Indian percussion instrument, essentially made up of two drums, two of the most versatile drums in the entire world. And we're going to see here in just a moment what it looks like when an expert plays his tabla. It's almost religious. Now, granted, I don't know the origins, the traditions, and everything surrounding it, but I know that people who play tabla in the tradition of India and perhaps elsewhere, it is very sacred. It is taken very seriously. You literally go before a master or a guru to learn this amazing instrument. So I'm gonna together we're going to watch a video that kind of describes that language, and then we're going to see how those beautiful rhythms, those sophisticated and fantastic rhythms can be applied to something we do know, something I know very well, and that is drums and cymbals, drum kit, or in Western parlance, drum set. So let's watch this video, and we'll learn a bit about what we're hearing in that iPhone commercial.
Khat, ga, in the language of tabla. Tete, there is a vocabulary, there's a grammar, you learn all that. Ge. And then you learn to put it together. Da, dati dagina, dati dagate nagina, tete dagina, dati dagina, dagate nagina. I learned everything that I know about drumming from my
I get chills. I get chills the moment I hear it. When you hear this instrument played by someone who has devoted their life to it, I think it's the single most impressive percussion instrument there is. I've been playing drum set for over 35 years, and I have seen some of the best in person and on video. But when I sit down, whether I'm seeing it in person or I see it on video, this instrument plays. I connect to it in such a way, it just feels so organic and human and lively and jubilant. And I just feel amazing.
father. He was my guru and my master. My father told me once, go ahead and play with jazz, go ahead and play with rock, do whatever you want to do, but don't forget your roots. Don't forget where you came from, what your identity is, because that's what you bring to the table.
I've always had a really strong connection with music and drums in particular. When I was fairly young, I realized that this is what I wanted to dedicate my life to. This program brings together different cultures, and passing the information down to the next generation means everything. I actually see it as an opportunity to straighten out some things in my career.
Every rhythm cycle has its own particular rhythm riff, which has a melodic tone. It's about preservation of what was and bringing it into the present and making sure that it's nurtured and passed on to others intact, but at the same time to not just keep it as it is, but to open it up to see what else can be done with it. Marcus has always wanted to compose, but the confidence that you need.
Now, please remember, as we take the vocabulary of the tabla and we carry it over to Western drums, or drums that we know very well here in the United States: snare drums, toms, bass drums, and then cymbals, crash cymbals, ride cymbals, China cymbals. We're breaking convention because tabla is an expression, it's a vocabulary. It's not rigidly placed within measures of music written on staff to a particular time signature. We're taking the vocabulary, the very distinct vocabulary of this instrument, and we're breaking the convention. We're teaching someone who's proficient in a westernized instrument to play, to develop an approach and use that vocabulary for that instrument. So we have to keep in mind as we get for the second
Need
half
to
of
be able
this
to sit a musician
video.
down and tell him or her exactly what you want done is something that does not come easily.
There's this whole composition that I'm writing for the orchestra, and I've never written for a group of this size, of this magnitude, or this instrumentation. So it's actually very new territory for me.
Also, another thing is about that, because this flute thing.
I'm still figuring out my artistic process when it comes to composing.
Writing a rhythm concerto.
He has experience writing in these types of situations,
I looked at the orchestra as one big rhythm section.
so he's able to offer me his advice and show me the ropes. The experience in India was life-changing. I actually got to perform with him in Mumbai. To be involved to this degree and to be like one-on-one, it was amazing.
What I've noticed is that his language of speaking rhythms has broadened. This need to want to know more and be able to take that leap of faith and take information, that's something that has always guided great musicians. And this is what's happening with Marcus.
I think it's a beautiful initiative to be pairing up these younger individuals within these disciplines with living legends. It makes the world a more beautiful place to live in. It perpetuates the culture.
Our goal in this last couple of years was to be able to take a talented, young, possible genius and bring him to a point where the hesitancy has gone. And I think we have arrived at that point.
It's basically the language of the tabla spoken through the drum kit. Fantastic. So now, when you see that iPhone commercial on television or on YouTube, you're going to know that you're hearing the language of a very special instrument, an instrument that's taken very seriously. People devote their life to playing this instrument. And if you ever have the chance to watch someone play the tabla in person, take that opportunity, because it's a very special moment. The use of every part of the hand, the heel, I don't know, the fingers. It just seems, I don't know, it's a truly organic and human musical instrument. So I just thought that was cool with this new commercial that we're seeing, to the unsuspecting person, that the rapid fire language just might seem gibberish, but it is the true language a very special form of music. Thanks for checking in, guys. I am going to dig deeper on this Coke Studio. It's just a treasure trove of both traditional Indian music and then more contemporary stuff as well. Thank you, guys. You know, if you were to stumble and fall and mash that subscribe button, I won't tell anyone. Y'all be good. We'll see you on the next one.